Hi guys, it's me, Empress Jack Rabbit,
Tori Boo 151.
and we want to do another episode of The Real Housewives. This is season 7, episode 12. It is episode 12. Although we weren't really watching it like that. We were really debating if we would do one tonight because the episode was really dull, to be quite perfectly honest with you. It was you know what they talk about, the fillers, and this was definitely a filler. So we start off when the girls come back from the trip, and Nene tells her side of what happens to Greg, and Cynthia, who has really let her shadiness out. She's free to be shady. It was telling her sister, what's her sister's name?
Mallory.
Yeah, Mallory and old Peter right up there with their side, and how Claudia was reading the dust off of Nene and all of that, and all this stuff that Claudia was doing. But it kept me wondering, okay, you're telling us what what Claudia did. What did you do? Because you're trying to say either you are in the audience watching or you were a perfect angel or whatever. But yeah, you didn't do anything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Cynthia wants to proceed to burn the friendship contract. And
oh, yeah.
To me, she kind of acted like, oh, the contract wasn't anything, and I didn't care about it. But we knew when she made it last season, she was very serious.
Yeah, they happened to show a flashback of her back in the day, and she seemed cuter to me back then. I think it's the blonde hair. I like her with the darker hair better. But anyways, yeah, Mallory found the contract, and she got to balling it up and ripping it up and burning it up. Okay, tell me this. If me and Sally are not friends no more, am I going to keep talking about Sally and doing things about Sally and bringing Sally up, or am I done?
You're done.
You're supposed to be done, but Cynthia has a storyline finally, and it's the storyline of so-called defriending Nene, because her storyline only revolves around Nene.
Really?
It is really so pathetic. I mean, I'm serious. If I'm done with you, then let it be done. I do not have to keep coming for you or talking about you or discussing you or burning up contracts or any other that kind of mess.
Right.
When I'm done with you, I'm done. You'll know. When I'm not talking to you no more, you wonder what happened, you'll know. Quite simply, I'm not dealing with you anymore.
Really? So where do we go from there?
Oh, we have Candy and Todd going to the gynecologist. They're trying to, Candy is serious about having a baby.
Right.
What do you think Todd is like?
Todd's kind of like really any man, kind of like, not right now.
Yeah, he's not quite ready. And I don't blame Todd either, because he got the sense enough to know that until we get some of these things, these underlying issues worked out, maybe bringing a baby into this isn't really good. And I agree with him. Until they get all that mess ironed out and that Mama Joyce situation ironed out, or just decide we're not going to deal with her until Mama Joyce gets it together, then we're just not going to deal.
Really?
But anyways, he's supposed to fill up a cup. They brought in a mason jar all the way down to a
right. Look, they had all the sizes. You guys can see. Look, I want to show you literally.
They can't see.
Cup number 1. Cup number 2.
Right.
And 3.
Right. Exactly. And little
tube.
4. But anyways, as far as I know, he didn't do no cup filling up or anything like that. Or yes, he did. Yes, he did. He went into the what was it called? Was it the masturbation?
The Mandingo.
Mandingo.
She called it. She showed him. She had all the products and whatever else he needed.
And the magazines and whatever
stuff.
And the wipes and I don't know. But anyways, they went to go do that. They then show us, actually we're in Phaedra's office. Nice to see her at work. You know what? I don't care what nobody says about Phaedra. I'm really for her on many levels. I don't care what she did in the past, what she didn't, because here's the truth of it. You don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know what she did, she didn't. I don't care what nobody wrote, said, did, whatever, because everybody has a past. Yeah. And yet you seem to not understand that had she had been all of that and doing this and that and the most, or even suspected of, she wouldn't have been able to have passed the bar and got her license.
Right.
I had to get a license for my profession, and they do a thorough background screening, the whole bananas. They do the whole thorough aspect of it, and that doesn't even include me doing my portion of the testing and things like that that I had to do. So as I know it, she's able to get her license and do her thing, and girl, more power to you. I thought she looked really good. She always has that professional look, you know, even when she's trying to be sexy, she has a professional look. She looked very professional. She was talking to Derek J, and they trying to get this little lawsuit up. Somebody trying to sue him about some hair or something he stole or something. Y'all know. And she's talking about what to do and how to get ready and whatnot. And so that was cute with that. They went on to, did she talk to her? No, they went to Apollo.
Yeah.
Now, this scene with Apollo could have been left out altogether. I can understand he need to get that money on the books. You know, I know of people that I know that have gone away, and they want that money, and they want a TV in their room. You know, they want to act like they haven't done no crime. They just go into their bedroom, but they do have needs and wants and stuff like that. So they do the scene with Apollo and the little kids at the ice cream store. Aiden is just so cute. And the president, oh, he is equally as cute. His little chubby face and all of that. Those boys are so adorable that, to me personally, what I didn't like is that they're on camera. Yeah. I'm not talking about their safety or someone's going to snatch them or something. I just think that had I been on a show like that, there's a part of my life that would have been very private, and I would have kept that way. How do you feel?
Pretty much the same way. I say, you know, unless your kids are of a certain age, you know, 16, 17, it's best to keep them off the camera for a moment.
I think so, too, because they don't have, you're not giving them any choice. And right now, Apollo has no story, nothing to talk about. And so this is the best that he can do. Although I'm going to say this, though. Apollo looked really good. He is still a good-looking dude for whatever. But he still is crying victim and talking about, you know, how sad to the little boys, how sad he's going to be when he's gone. And, you know, trying to not really say to them that he's going to be gone and going to prison. He is not going there. They're way too little, because one is 4 and one is only 20 months. But just the fact that, you know, he's kind of giving them a little discussion of, you know, if dad is gone and if mommy and daddy get in trouble, what happens? And the Aiden is like they go in a timeout forever and all that kind of stuff. But it was cute. But Apollo, once again, was, like I said, being a victim and feeling bad about leaving the boys. But listen, you knew what it was to begin with, sweetheart. I can't feel sorry for you on that. You knew when you was doing your dirt and your crimes that you had 2 little boys at home. So I'm sorry. I just can't.
Really. You know, people who do crimes or commit crimes or whatever, that's a selfish act, because you leave out what's the future outcome, you know, who am I hurting?
Because they want what they want right now. You know, they're not thinking no long-term goals and short-term goals. It's just, I want what I want, when I want it, how I want it right now. And that has nothing to do with anybody else in the picture. So, moving on.
Yeah. Now we're getting to Cynthia again, and she wants to do some kind of road trip thing to go to.
And why she got 2 assistants? Really? Just when with the
she's trying to get new, y'all.
Listen, y'all. When did Cynthia and Peter get so on top of their ends that she is paying the cost for 2 assistants?
Right.
Come on now. And they went in her closet, and she got some nice stuff in there, but they trying to act like it was the most. Baby, I've seen in Vegas closets for real. I've had my own big closets. And she had some shoe cubbies, but they almost remind you of you get those little brown baskets, and you slide them in the cubby. It wasn't like laid out and Shazam and all of that, but it was okay.
Yeah.
But she's right, getting her little outfits together, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was getting ready to do a road trip so they can go to Peter's new bar. So she calls all the ladies, and Phaedra was a no-go. I don't think she didn't call Nene at all. Candy was iffy. Kenya, she went.
No. Candy was a no-go. And
Oh, okay.
remember, Phaedra's iffy because they ended up
okay.
calling her
Excuse
in
me.
the car.
Right.
I don't know if they asked Portia or not.
No, they didn't ask Portia or Nene.
Portia was on the show again today. Y'all keep on watching.
Exactly. She's on every episode.
Right.
There's not an episode that she's not
doing
in it.
everything she would have did except for holding a peach at the beginning. But that's it.
But yeah, come to find out, so Kenya and Claudia go, and Cynthia, and they take their little road trip to Peter's thing. But the road trip was a hot mess. Mm-hmm. They got Claudia driving, and Cynthia's in the front seat, and old crazy Kenya in the back seat.
Right, who didn't want to drive, whatever. But
right.
she just was ignorant and loud. Very obnoxious. The only one thought she was funny was her, and I don't even think she thought she was funny. She's just thirsty for camera time.
Really,
and she knows very well she is not a dummy. The more ridiculous things you do, the more they're going to point the camera at you. But you could tell. First of all, she was on both those ladies' nerves because in the dining room they both was throwing shade, and they were just sick of her.
Really,
standing up in the car, waving and dancing, leaning over, giving somebody a moon, mooning somebody's car and all that. And it's not that they could have gotten a wreck, all this and that. It's just here you are talking about classy and sophisticated and team pretty or whatever. And your team ugly always seems to show in the end.
Really?
And it's funny because when the ladies was throwing shade in the dining room, I said, okay, remember that?
Yeah.
You said that about your friend.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to tell you what I can tell. This is just my own feeling that Claudia and Kenya are going to have a falling out. They're going to have a falling out because Claudia tends to be a little too serious and Kenya is just crazy.
Right.
So they stop and get some chicken, Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. I would love Chick-fil-A more if we had it in Vegas, but we don't, and we don't have it here too.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to this. But so they get to the hotel and they brought some clothes to fix Claudia up because they say she's got a really pretty smile.
Right.
But she don't have any style. And she does. And she's pretty average when it comes to that type of thing.
Pretty much. And they're in the hotel room, and again, Kenya's going buck wild, and Claudia was, spanking her, and they're screaming and hollering, and Cynthia's basically like, come on.
I'm gonna tell you what, her and Claudia better not fall out because the way Claudia flipped that dumb hoe off of her on that bed.
You saw that? I thought it was when I saw that. She said,
I saw that. I'm like, whoop, you messing with the wrong one.
But she lifted her, so Kenya must be super light. So everybody's lifting you and dragging you.
Super light. She's super dumb. And so when Claudia get to twirling you around on that floor at the reunion, baby, she gonna throw in a couple of licks. Let me just let you know. But then Peter calls and he starts fussing automatically that they're not there and people are leaving and they don't want to wait. And I'm saying to myself, okay, you're talking about how Nene was treating you, and you jumping, skipping, hopping. All this dude was saying is jumping. You talking about how? Really? So I have no words for you.
You can't say anything about Nene based off the way your husband treats you.
That's the problem. He wanted to be the only person that was bossing and pushing and bullying her around. Because he said that in the show, you can't argue with bullies, or you got to stand up to bullies.
Right.
I'm like, the only bully on this scene is you.
Right. So, because even she tried to hug him and I'm here. Don't boo me up.
Right. So they get to the club and Cordell is there.
Yeah.
He got there before they did. He's business partners with Peter.
Oh,
so
okay.
They're in on this together. Cordell, hold your wallet tight. Wear it up here. Put it up in here in your pocket. Don't. But anyways, so then the ladies show up. Cynthia comes in first, and she's apologizing from here in New York City.
Right.
Like, really? You knew this was a 3-hour drive. You knew there was 3 ladies coming with her, and somebody gonna be dragging everybody along, as Justin J said. Somebody gonna be booching along. So anyways, they get there, and then the ladies, what's her crazy name? Claudia and Kenya. They see Cordell sitting down, and they go over to greet him. And Claudia, as it turns out, knows him from 15 years ago and all of that. And I'm like, well, did you know he got married in between that, and he married your coworker,
right?
But this is what she said though, was that in the diary room, it's not for her. It's not her style to date her people she know, exes and things like that, because I roll like that. I'm not with that at all. And so she doesn't do that. But he is single and whatnot, so he is available if that were the case. And she's not really friends to Portia.
Right.
But honestly, I don't see that jumping off. I mean, Cordell was still Cordell. Dull, dead, dry, boring.
Really?
All of that. So I don't feel that happening. But they exchanged numbers, and they talked about maybe talking when they got in the city, back to Atlanta. But what's interesting is that once again, Kenya was acting a fool. She was acting like a schoolgirl, teasing them and KISSING in the tree and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, really?
It was really immature the way she behaved, and that was really pretty it. Oh, they found out Apollo date he was going in, and Phaedra was talking to her mom about it, and she'll say it is what it is, but it isn't what it is.
Right.
It's hurtful. You I don't know who you are to think that she wouldn't be hurt or disturbed,
right,
disappointed, everything else, because she's got to be with these kids and she's got to raise them. And she acknowledged that women raise boys all the time, but it takes a man to tell a man how to be a man, and it really does. And I really, really, really hate when these mothers raise these sons, because all you get is a young man that is oftentimes, when they get upset, they're behaving like a woman would behave and going off and trying to read and trying to throw shade and all this kind of stuff that guys don't really do. That's just my opinion. I've been in the education field for a long, 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 long time, and I've gotten to see a lot of things that weren't really cute with that. So I don't support that at all. But she's got to do what she has to do. And if she's dating somebody, a guy, whoever on the side, good for her. Do that, have that, because when Apollo was out there, he was doing whatever he wanted to do, and he didn't ask no permission about it. And that wasn't okay. It's not okay for him to do one thing and she got to live up to something else.
Right.
Her mother is a preacher. I love the fact that her mother listens, but she doesn't get in it. Whatever y'all say, she listens, but she doesn't get in it. She doesn't tell her daughter what to do. She tries to be there and be as supportive as she can be, because Phaedra is a grown-ass woman. And so her mother's not going to be able to make her do anything, but she can be a support to her in tough times. So that's the show. Yeah. It was kind of dull. It was dull. That's all I could really say. Nothing even happened at the club. They tried to make it seem like he was going to get turned up with Cordell and Claudia and ooh la la, and it wasn't even like that at all. Only thing that was, though, if you notice, was Peter had Claudia all hemmed up.
Really?
Like
and
this.
Cynthia to tell him to back up.
Right. He's steadily talking about, oh, she cute. Oh, she is just so cute. He was just going on and on,
really,
like a thirsty motherfucker. And his wife, like you said, Cynthia had to tell him to back up.
Right, she said she ain't that cute.
She ain't that cute. You just, in other words, come back over here.
Right.
But I thought that was really disrespectful. But that's what Cynthia likes. That's what she's accustomed to. You can't tell me nothing else. She was with Leon, and come on, girl, all them girls hanging off of Leon. Come on. But anyways, sad for her. Anyways, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know, do you think Claudia and Cordell should get together? Yeah. Let us know what you think. Thanks so much. You guys have a great evening.
Night.